the price that my client got this for also would presume, because it was sold to her as an authentic piece, so it was also sold with an authentic price tag. Yeah, which is why also I do videos like this, so to sort of help people who may have bought one of these sort of authentic pieces or been sold to them as authentic, but really only to find out that it is actually super fake. And then the other thing that I look at is actually the inclusions of the bag, and this is very, very difficult to show on camera, but I will just sort of take a photo of this, and this is the fake Chanel tissue paper. It just looks different from the original one. It looks a lot like the stamping is quite deep into the tissue paper, and it's very defined. The tissue paper also feels a lot rougher than the original type of tissue paper. So those are like 3 things that I quickly look for. I quickly scan through my handbag, and then that usually tells me with some certainty whether I'm dealing with a fake or an authentic handbag. Of course, later on I will go through the entire process of scanning it just to get and verify the results of whether something is authentic or not. And this did come back as a fake piece, just as I assumed in the beginning. So yeah, that is about it. The other things that I can tell you when you get a handbag like this is to check the smell. This one actually is made from real leather, so it doesn't have a very chemical smell, but sometimes when you receive a bag and you open it up and you can smell that very pungent perfume type chemical sort of smell that's trying to mask something, you know right away that you might be dealing with a fake handbag. But that is a very, very, very subjective way to tell whether something is fake or authentic. Okay, so that is my 3 easy tips for spotting a fake Chanel handbag. I hope this video did help you guys. I also want to address the question what to do when you receive a fake handbag, or what to do when you find out that your handbag is fake, because a lot of what I also do is a lot of therapy, I guess, for my clients, because I know how difficult and how sad it is when we find out that we actually received a fake handbag, especially if we paid a lot of money for it. I mean, especially if we paid any money for it thinking that it was an authentic piece. So for me, I think the best thing to do is to actually talk to your seller, and these are all on individual cases, I guess, because of course everybody treats their business differently, and because online selling has become very, very prevalent these days, so you meet a lot of different individuals. But what I like to do is, before the seller sends me a handbag, I always ask them to send me the authenticity card and to send me a picture of the tag, so that you know that you're still talking about the same handbag. And if you have received the bag within a week or so, even up to a month, I think if you tried to return it, the seller would most likely, not in all cases, but I think most likely give you a full refund, especially if you have proof of paper or a letter of evidence from whatever third-party authenticator that you choose to use, saying that the bag is not microscopically compatible with the authentic piece. So yeah, even I think it's a lot of just sort of back and forth about this, and a lot of sellers are very open. I don't think you should go with an accusing tone at the same time, because even when you are like especially when I was new in this business, I also could not tell the difference, because I didn't know what I was looking for as well. And I have bought a fake handbag, so I know exactly how it feels, and I managed to buy a fake handbag from somewhere with an actual store. I actually bought a Louis Vuitton SPEEDY Bando 30, and I thought I was getting a really good deal. Instead, I found out much later that it was a fake handbag, but luckily I was able to return it to the store and get a full refund. And that's the thing, is because I kept my conversation and I kept all of my receipts, and I also had like the date code and everything, so I was able to prove to them that this was the same bag that I was returning. In the case of where you've had the bag for a very long time and then you've only decided that you want to check whether it's authentic or not, I think this is a little bit more difficult, and you really have to treat it on a case-to-case basis. But I think the best thing to do is just to contact your seller and try to talk to them, not in an accusing tone, and just sort of try to sort things out. But yeah, anyways, I do hope some of these tips that I have given you help. If you did like this week's video, please do give it a thumbs up.
I don't know what color of pink this is. It's the replica, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my God. So this is the real one, and it says Chanel made in France. And that's the, so now the tag is out. That's the tag of the real one. And then let me do this, bring the handle, there we go. And that's the inside. As you know, they have changed their, if you're still buying Chanel replica bags, and they have changed their codes. There's no more authentication card, authenticity card. Now the microchip, you see it? That's the microchip, that's their code now. There's no that sticker they used to stick. I hated those stickers. It used to fall off even my real Chanel bags. So now I'm like very excited. For like 2 years now, since 2020 or 2021, they've been doing the microchip. The best thing someone ever came up with. That's the serial code is right there. And this, look at that. This is the real one. Just want you guys to take a look. So, and then look, always make sure the screw part doesn't matter if it's slant or, but look at the screw. So there's some there are some bad fakes. The screw has like some this thing, but you see this screw, just pay attention and then look at the Chanel in Paris and the hardware. I want you guys to pay attention to this real one so you can see when I start showing you the replica one. Let me cover this, I don't know. And as the lined, because I really wanted to show you guys no difference when I'll show you guys the replica one. As the back, same stitch as the stitching of the real one. This is the real one. The stitching. So you guys have to pay attention. They both still have their stickers, the plastic sticker on the hardware on it. So you guys, I want you guys to pay attention to the quality of replica bags. If you're gonna buy a replica bag that you buy, I'm very picky when I'm buying replica bags because I know the real thing. Like I have a lot of real bags, real stuff. So when I'm buying the replica ones, I always want to make sure I don't want to look crazy outside when I'm out, you know, looking nice, driving a nice car, and then they're like, ooh, that bag don't look right. So no. I always buy the best of the best, so I try to let my watchers know from my closet to yours. I'm probably going to return this, depends on how I feel. This was $12,000, tax included. I'm probably going to return it. Let's do the replica one. As you've seen, there's really no difference. The hardware, same. And then look how lined. Sometimes you get some Chanel bags and they don't line up. Like you see, like the what do you call it? The strap, the chain is like all messed up, and then the leather is like all crinkled and nowhere lined. Then you know it was rushed. And then the stitch in the back, same. And then you see this part, same shape. It's just lined beautifully. And then look at that, same. And then now we open the zipper. I have to take this off of the zipper. And then you look. over there, and then just nice. And then, like as I was saying, on the real one, same thing. You see, they have the same screw. And then the same, you can tell from here the hardware, even if plastic, they both still have plastic on them. It says Chanel in Paris. You see it? Same thing. Look at how pretty this is. Look at that. Look at that. And then look at that. It still says Chanel.
Another product booklet inside as well. Here is our bag, and if you are a Chanel fan, you likely know what type of bag this is. But before I show you the bag, I just want to note that I am thoroughly impressed with this dust bag. It feels luxurious. It looks luxurious. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up. As you can see, it says Chanel imprinted on the bag. I mean, it absolutely feels very, very luxe. On the side, we do have this hang tag here that shows us the type of bag that's inside, and it also gives us a barcode here at the bottom as well as on the top. Shout out to Shebag for the careful packaging. I was already in love with this dust bag, but to open up the dust bag and see that there are more layers of protection protecting my bag, I absolutely love that. So you guys get a few more points for the level of care that you took in packaging this bag. Our bag is wrapped in some very nice Chanel tissue paper. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up. You may be able to see that it has Chanel printed on the tissue paper, which is a really, really nice touch. And we also have a Chanel sticker holding the tissue paper in place. Here is our bag, the beautiful Chanel wallet on a chain. This bag feels luxurious to the touch. I am loving the silver hardware on this bag. I'm gonna give you guys a side profile, super, super cute mini bag. We do get a little pocket on the back. Here's the other side and the front. The texture on this bag feels really nice, and at first glance I don't see any issues with the stitching on this bag whatsoever. This bag does not have a smell, and the material that they used feels like a leather. I'm not sure whether or not it's a genuine leather or not, but if it's not, it is definitely giving high quality genuine leather vibes. Here is what the bottom of our bag looks like. Moving on to the interior of our bag, I'm gonna give you guys a close-up so that you can see that beautiful pebble in this leather-like material. You can see the silver detailing, and up close underneath the zipper, it says Chanel, and underneath the word Chanel, it does feature some very small double CCs. We do also have a zipper here at the top. It is functioning, however, this is not a storage compartment of any kind. I mean, if you tried, you can stick something up in there if you like. I personally don't use these little zipper compartments at the top, although I do think that it is a cute addition to the bag. This bag also features a really nice pocket here in the front as well, perfect for storing smaller items like a lip liner, lip pencil, a small lip gloss. We also have another zipper here at the top. It is a functioning zipper, and I'm gonna give you guys a close-up as much as I can to this compartment. And if you can see here, we also have a really nice Chanel placard, which features double CCs, and underneath the double CC, it has a serial number. Sorry, it's really hard to show you guys the complete interior because this bag is so small. But here's what it's looking like with the stuffing in it and the stuffing falling out. Here's what our bag is looking like without any stuffing. And I also removed the crossbody chain, and we'll get into that in a second. The interior of this bag features a very beautiful berry color, which is perfect for the fall in my personal opinion. You can store quite a few things in this bag for the size, such as a small wallet, a small cell phone, maybe some keys. This bag also comes equipped with some card holder slots. straps. So you have 3 on this side, and then you have another 3 on this side, actually eliminating the need to carry a wallet, which frees up more storage in the bag. So we absolutely love that. Even though this bag is tiny,